Hey again, everyone. I'm CCP Rise here with Bacchanalian, and we have a good one coming up: Agony Empire versus RVB, and kind of similar setups on the field. What do you think, Bach?
Yeah, we have once again the Galente drone spam. We have from the Agony the triple EOS, double Vexor Navy, triple Vexor. They're running two Navitas logistics, I believe, there, and then Tristan Worm. And on the RVB side, we have an EOS triple Ishtar, Oneros logistics, triple Vexor, Enyo Tyrannus, and two Punishers. So you say very similar, but different execution of the same idea.
Yeah, definitely. Big differences in a couple different ways. Both Agony favoring the EOSs over Ishtars that RVB's chosen, and then the huge difference in logistics. The Frag logistics on Agony side, and the two Navitases versus the Oneros on the RVB side. And those will, really be like very different to fly. Having those Frag logistics is a very different sort of thing than having the cruiser that's slower but has much longer range. And we're underway.
Yep, the teams did come in at a pretty good range from one another, so they're directly across from one another as well, so they have the maximum distance possible between them when that they wanted there. See Gecko's out on the Agony side already, but they're kind of a long way for them to go, so it might have been early to launch, but I guess if they're pulling back to range, that would make sense. Berserker 2s as well.
I'm curious what the Ishtars are going to drop. It looks like they're actually going to go with Geckos and not Sentries, but we'll see if that changes over the course of the match.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Sentry dronage in this tournament. That's been an interesting shift from last year around, but the Geckos are quite potent drones. They do an awful lot of damage. They're hard to kill. We have that first Worm for Agony. Reverend Elikon taking some damage and shields there. Nothing much, just looks like he got plinked at. But there go his shields. That's on the second volley there, so we'll see if he winds up being in trouble or if the logistics can keep up with it.
And the RVB drones have made their way over into the Agony team to do damage to that Worm, but on the other side, Agony actually hasn't sent any of their drones towards RVB yet. They're,
so the entire Agony team is playing with fire here a little bit. They're at 100 and 112 right now. The Vexor, anywhere between 107 and 115 from the beacon at this point. So that's a really dangerous area. You don't have a lot of place to maneuver right there. If somebody takes a wrong turn, suddenly you have boundary violation. And if everyone's following everybody, you boundary violate the entire team.
Yeah, that is a very interesting choice, and they've actually pulled in a whole bunch of their drones now as well. Maybe switching types. They pulled in a bunch of Geckos, and here they go. Now Agony sending their drones in towards RVB. Looks like mostly Geckos along with some infiltrators as well.
We have a Vexor on RVB taking damage. Fiona Arenes is into armor already.
See where they send that damage to. Yeah, it looks like that Vexor is going to be first. Damps on the Oneros, hoping they can keep reps off, but you can see for now that's not working. Vexor is catching reps from the Oneros. Most of the ships on both teams pretty close to each other. That RVB Oneros is a little ways away from the rest of his team, but not too far. Even though he's able to ref them, looks like this Vexor is going to go down.
Yeah, he's taking an awful lot of damage, and Tech 1 cruisers are very flimsy ships, so that was a good first damage choice. They do a lot of damage. They're cheap and easy to kill. So Ishtar from MacGyver third now is stripped of his shields. We saw a little damage go onto Kenda's Vexor Navy issue on the Agony side, so half shields for him. But neither there go his shields.
Really interesting trying to watch what the drones are actually up to for both teams. It looks like RVB had their drones near their ships, not actually across on the Agony ships, while that Vexor went down, maybe trying to kill some of the drones that belong to these Navy Vexors, since they're not able to field very many replacement drones. But now they've sent them over towards the Agony team. Although I still wonder if they're shooting drones. Now they have weapon scram on an EOS. Maybe they'll start shooting him, but I wonder if they're trying to kill some of these Geckos off to cut into the DPS that Agony's able to do.
RVB Enyo just absolutely devastated. They're taking 100 to 0 in about 3 seconds, so
wow. That's
some tackle off the field and quite a bit of DPS as well to go with it. So yeah, Nexia Starks, EOS for Agony, as well as the Vexor Navy issue of Kenda are both into a little bit of armor damage. They're not, I guess the EOS taking substantial armor damage now, and not a whole lot of armor damage being leveled across the RVB side. So Oneros is sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, the Oneros is pretty safe, kind of positioned behind the rest of the RVB team. It's going to be pretty tough for Agony to get to him. I mean, they could try sending the Worm over or something like that, but they would probably lose it. So they're just staying huddled in this little ball near the edge of the arena, and either shooting drones or going after targets in that main group. I think there must be a lot of... Oh, wow. EOS just evaporated.
He went down.
Oh, he was going down slowly. Okay.
He was going down slowly. He does. He did very steadily. Not particularly slowly. He was definitely
sure.
down.
I was too busy watching these drones. Still trying to figure out. It still looks to me like RVB is trying to kill Agony drones. Somewhat. A lot of the drones are sort of mixed together and seem to be following each other. But anyway,
We have 2 RVB ships now, 2 Ishtars, both into armor. It's an interesting choice, splitting damage. I'm not sure what the logic behind that is. You really usually want to pile all your damage onto one spot and see if you can crack through. Maybe they're trying to stress out the Oneros. Meanwhile, you see Skyless Vexor taking damage as well. We have first damage on one of the Navitas, the Worm into half armor, so a little bit of damage going across the support on the side of Agony in the meantime.
Yeah, really strange. It's also none of the ships really moving in towards each other. Maybe getting a little bit closer now, actually, but until now, staying pretty far apart the whole time. Worm down for Agony really quickly there. RVB able to switch some damage over to him really fast and finish him off. And now it looks like Agony diving in towards the RVB team.
Yeah, and you can see damage going across multiple targets. The Tyrannus of Meisuko Leon is into low armor. Skyless Vexor into armor. The Vexor of Elodie Lagan and Agony is also into armor.
Wow.
You see shields stripped off of multiple ships at the same time here, so...
Yeah, it looks like Agony said everybody pick your own target and go crazy.
It kind of does.
Vexor going down now for Agony.
And a Vexor down for
And
RVB
Vexor
at the
down
same
for
time,
RVB.
so...
Yep, trading back and forth now. This is going to just turn into a big old brawl right in the middle here. Looks like both teams ignoring logistics for the time being, at least.
Tyrannus ripped back up. Another Silas Sannyasi's Vexor for Agony there into half armor, taking significant damage. Meanwhile, Alcor's Vexor on the RVB side stripped of its shields and into armor, but it looks like Silas will go down long before he's really in trouble. Ishtar of Fallen Titan into about half armor as well.
And there's a web now onto one of those Navitas. I wonder if RVB will be able to take him out. That would give them a huge advantage since their Logi still seems pretty safe, just sitting tight outside the fight, wrapping people.
Is taking damage now, so he's about 2/3 armor. Alcor's Vexor on the RVB side struggling pretty hard there. He's in low armor, and the Fallen Titan Ishtar is also into low armor. Here goes Alcor into structure now. That'll drop quite a bit of DPS off the field, but Agony's about to lose a Vexor Navy issue, and it is gone as well. So a lot of trading now.
A lot of trading, but so far RVB really coming out ahead, I think. I mean, they've still got that 3 Ishtar, 1 EOS core. Their Logi hasn't been touched at all, while at the same time Agony's looking at maybe losing their first Logi Frig, and they've lost a lot more DPS ships as well. There goes that Navitas. They've lost, the command ship.
But the Oneros on RVB is in destruction now. He's going to go down. Once that happens, that could really shift this match around. Agony can now freely apply DPS to whatever they want and break it.
Nice catch.
So Carver degrees on Agony. His Vexor's caught and taking quite a bit of damage, but Fallen Titan's Ishtar now is just absolutely melting. Watch his armor just go away. Looks like he's got a little bit of local rep. I saw him pull some back. Meanwhile, the second Navitas on Agony going down. The Vexor for Agony just exploded. Ishtar, Fallen Titan still hanging on there, but he's in destruction now. He should be gone in one more. So this is still anyone's game right now. We have 2 EOS Vexor Navy against 2 Ishtars and an EOS, really. And a little bit of support on both sides. It's kind of irrelevant at this point, I guess, besides killing drones. So Tyrannus is about to go down, it looks like. Or at least taking significant damage. The Guyver III's Ishtar also in armor now.
And it looks like that Vexor, the last Vexor that Agony lost was kind of their tackle ship. They do at least have a web still somewhere, but he was the one that had the tackle on that Ishtar. And now they just have the damp. You can see they're killing an Ishtar even though they don't have any tackle on it. That's going fine. Looks like he's going to drop. They're probably going to trade back for their other Navitas. He just died. Vexor Navy issue on Agony Empire going really low now as well. Still incredibly close match here.
Where are we at on points? Because I'm a little behind on my numbers here. Ishtar goes down there, and
I'll let you know after these two drop.
Vexor Navy as well.
So now we're at 63 to 66 in favor of RVB, and this is still incredibly close. 2 EOSs versus EOS Ishtar. Could go either way. There's a little bit of support left on both sides. A little more on RVB, of course, but
ooh, that
Ishtar's going down fast.
The EOS is going down pretty fast too, though. He's taking significant damage, so it's going to become a race. If they get that Ishtar off the field before the EOS goes down, I think they... I don't even know. I think RVB have a pretty significant advantage here if that EOS is struggling as hard as it is. We'll see. That Ishtar is going down, though. He's low armor.
Ishtar's going down a lot faster than the... Well, they're catching up a little bit. Wow, so close. The Ishtar of Dracoth about to drop right before the EOS, most likely. Yep, there he goes.
And they need to get damage on that other EOS and see if he can get ahead with that.
So we'll see where we're at for points after this EOS goes down.
Oh.
Tyrannus taking damage now. No tackle on that. It's interesting. They're able to... Probably Tristan catching up to him. Both EOS taking damage.
Extremely close match as well, though.
There goes Gisnet and the Agony EOS. So now we're at 77 to 82. RVB still in the lead by 5. Agony needs to either...
But Tyrannus just went down as well, so...
So 80 to 82 now. 2 points. They can just focus on this support, but that EOS is tackled, so he's not going to be able to move around. I don't know if 1 minute's enough time for the EOS 1v1 to really go anywhere. This might turn into just a support battle.
We have 1 Punisher against the 2 two Punishers against the one Tristan, and the Tristan stripped of its shields, and that's going to be a rough fight. Meanwhile, Su Li's EOS is doing better, is taking better than the Zan Drakov in the EOS versus EOS battle over here. I don't know. That's going to be
but there's not time. There's not time for that battle. I think the EOSs need to focus on helping the support out. If they can send over some support to help the Tristan kill one of the Punishers, they can
the
even
Punisher
points
just
up.
took a huge chunk of damage, stripped of his shields into armor.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's exactly what he did. 30 seconds remaining.
Tristan,
that Tristan looks like he's struggling too, but that Punisher's starting to take damage now.
Oh, it's so close, but the Tristan's webbed. He's hurting pretty bad. Both Punishers right on top of him. They're probably going to finish him off with just 15 seconds. Can the EOS
kill two Punishers?
There's so little time.
I don't think you can.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what happened, as you were saying. Both the EOS.
Tristan's still alive. If this Punisher goes down and the Tristan stays alive, we have a tie match, I believe. 2 points for the Punisher.
No, it's not going to happen. Oh, he went down!
Whoa.
Overtime, 1.5x speed right now. We have 5 minutes of overtime, and that second Punisher taking damage. Tristan's still hanging on. Tristan is down.
Oh my gosh, wow.
What a match. The last second, I mean, I don't think there could have been more than 2 seconds on the clock when that happened.
No, I didn't even think that there was time. I thought it happened like a second after the match ended, but we can see in local that the timer actually ended. It went into... But the match isn't over. This keeps running now that it goes into overtime.
Right, it goes to 5 minutes no matter what happens, basically. Until all the ships are cleared off the field on one team or another. This match
but now the RVB EOS is really dominating the Agony EOS, apparently. And as we go into accelerated tie-dye here, it looks like RVB is going to win this EOS 1v1. They do have that other Punisher still alive. Wow, what a match. I wonder if either of these pilots realized that the match wouldn't end like the surprise tie and match continuation.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing you're not sure. I guess when you're piloting, you're not doing the points like we were. You're not doing the numbers, but that lets you set down. So I wonder if anyone did get caught off guard.
RVB takes it. What a crazy match. I feel like we didn't even kind of realize how crazy that could get, but RVB gets away with a win there after having a tie with just 1 second left, sending it into sudden death. And wow, good job both teams. That's it. We'll be back in a few minutes with another match, guys.